Hi, it's Stephen here from Sound of a Nation Wave, and this is the review of the month ahead spread for last month, which was June. So we're looking back at it and at the spread, and also how it fitted or didn't fit with the daily readings, and what kind of daily readings we had, so forth, for the different kind of statistics that I usually come out with. Um, let's just quickly go over the spread that we had. We had the death card for what to leave behind, which is about leaving things behind that no longer serve us, are not required anymore, letting them fall away. There are things that we don't need to take forward. We're dispense with those, leave those to the past. There are things, we know what they are. I think we probably know what they are for each one of us. For the things we take forward, we had the Six of Pentacles, which was about the understanding that we may need help and be receptive to help, and also be open to giving help where necessary, and getting that fair balance of the giving and receiving energies. For the external focus, we had the Ace of Pentacles, which was about the opportunity, getting new opportunity to create resources and create the life that we need, and require and desire. Resources, as I said, our physical well-being, our living, our practical living in this world, all the things that the pentacles represent, new opportunities, new beginnings in these things that for us to take hold of. That's our external focus. The internal focus is the Four of Cups, which is about dealing with any kind of emotional and spiritual disillusionment or dissatisfaction, or we're just not getting it anymore. We've lost something. It's funny how the Five of Cups, which is the emotional loss, spiritual loss card, comes after this. We're in an emotional state. We're in a state where we're not too sure whether how much we value what we've got and who the people we've got. Now, we're not sure if we've lost some kind of connection somewhere, and that's distracting us. That's distracting us from seeing the overflowing opportunity that we have been presented to us, but it may prevent us from seeing that opportunity. And then lastly, the general energy of the month we had was the Two of Pentacles, which is about keeping that balance flowing, keeping the energy flowing, the practical things. Maybe it be a time of keeping things going, balancing different aspects of our lives, keeping things, the sea might get a bit tumultuous, but if we got a good grounding and we know how to keep the things moving in the air and keeping aspects of our lives, prioritizing, getting the right stuff done, keeping things moving. That's the general energy of the month that we had. So that was basically the spread. Okay, now then, the daily draws. Now, first of all, the statistics about what kind of cards we drew. So, we drew a sword card 6 times during the month, a cups card 7 times during the month, a wands card 6 times during the month, a pentacle card 2 times, twice during the month. So with the suits, the minor suits there, apart from the pentacles, which is low, but seeing as we've got the Ace of Pentacles, we're the beginning stages, aren't we? We're unleashing the potential of this new opportunity. So maybe at the moment, that's why the Pentacles only came out twice. But the others, 6, 7, and 6, they were pretty balanced, which we need to be able to begin. We need that kind of balance of the mind, of the emotions, of the spirit, of our willpower and our drive. in order to begin the creation process. And we had 9 majors. We pulled a major 9 times during the month. So some overarching spiritual principles of work throughout the month there. Now, did we draw any of the cards from this spread during the month? And the answer to that is no, we did not. And that's the first month since I started last November where we haven't had a card from the month ahead spread come out in the daily draws. So that's quite interesting that we didn't have any of these cards. Now, what does that mean? Does it mean that the spread was wrong? Does it mean that the draws are wrong? No, not necessarily. It could have been that at the beginning of the month when we did this spread, right, there's 2 possibilities here. At the beginning of the month when we did this spread, this was true as the energies were moving at that time. But after this was drawn during the month, there could have been an energy shift that was beyond our control, that was just around us, that a shift happened that changed up the energy a bit. So if we'd have done it, if we'd have done the spread later after that change, we'd have had different cards that perhaps would have come out in the daily draws, because the daily draws were picking up that later energy. So that's one possibility. The other possibility is that this was still accurate, but we didn't need a repeat of these because it wasn't the cards themselves, it was the general messages behind them that was the important thing. And we may have had other cards that echoed the messages of these cards. So it was like restated with different wording. You know how you can write something and use certain words and sentences to put something over, and then you can redraft it and use completely different words and sentences, but it conveys the same message. And you know, it doesn't mean that the first one wasn't right, because they both mean the same thing at the bottom line of it when you look at the meaning. So what do I think about those 2 options? Which one do I think is the case? Well, it may be a combination of the 2. I think we do have a general sense of the meanings, and that they were echoed in the daily draws. This message of the spread was echoed in the daily draws. Maybe maybe from a different perspective. Maybe from I mean, for instance, this new beginning, these new chances. We didn't have the Ace of Pentacles, but we had other aces come out. So that sense of new opportunities, beginnings, that ties into this Ace of Pentacles. So it was elaborated on, and how we can achieve what this spread says was elaborated on further by the draws that we pulled. So I do believe that there is a sense of that too. I also did pick up on, I do believe there was a bit of a sudden energy shift somewhere. I can't remember quite when during the month, but sometime during the month, it may have to do with a phase of the moon. I don't know. I did feel a bit of a shift in the energies. So there might be a little bit of that in play as well. Something changed during June, energy-wise. And of course, that influences everything else. But I also think, like with this card here, the Four of Cups, going back to the first option, of elaborating the meaning. This Four of Cups, dissatisfaction, our inner state wasn't quite right. We were missing, we were missing something that was there to be seen. We were missing it because of the way that we were feeling about things, and that's like, I think a lot during the month. The focus was about the changing perspective, getting a new perspective, coming at things from a different angle, changing the way we view things and feel about things. So that, as I say, that card was echoed there, and we did have a card that came out at least twice during the month, and that was the Hanged Man. And this card particularly stuck out to me during the draws for last month. And I think, and the fact that to find the key to unlock this new opportunity, we had to get into a different position, a new perspective, see things differently, which was like, get away from focusing on this and look around in a different way where we can see this new opportunity here, where we can see things differently. And that was, I think, a very key card that came out, and does kind of relate to at least these two cards. And it even could be, because a change of perspective could be maybe our old viewpoints, our old ways of looking at things may not work now, may not give us the right viewpoint. We may need to change it. So that's about changing the way we view things. So, that there is a connection. And other cards, of course, aces and other cards that came out, we're not going to go through all of them. But I think still, there was a link still, even though these cards didn't come out during the daily draws in the month, the message was there. The underlying energies were there. Maybe some of it was changed up a bit by an energy shift in the world or around us, whatever. But I still believe we got the important stuff that we needed to take on board to move us forward. So I believe that's what we needed to focus on. So I believe it was still a successful spread, and it was a successful month of draws. So that's it for the review. Not much else to review. And of course, next comes the month ahead spread for July. Okay, thank you for listening, and take care, everyone, and I'll see you all again very soon. Okay, bye-bye.